Mastadon Creates podcast. My name is Tori. On social media, you probably find me under Victoria, and I run this crazy show. It is, December 4th? I believe it's December 4th today, on a Tuesday, and you could probably noticed by this lovely backdrop, if I can move my head, that I have relocated. I figured it would maybe be nice, especially since we have a wee little Christmas tree and a few things out, to relocate and just try this new spot. We'll see how it goes. If I like it, maybe this will be the new spot, because it's a little easier to have all my stuff laid out without like throwing things over the bed. So with that, let's get into it. This week I actually do have a couple finished objects, which is shocking. One of them you guys won't be very surprised about, and that is because it is my suture shawl. I'm trying to find the right side. I'm not going to be able to get this whole thing in frame because it's huge, but it is actually blocked. It is as finished can be on this beautiful thing, and it is delightfully big, which I was hoping for. The pattern is by... every time I write it down because I can never get it correct. Camille Descato? I'm sorry, I'm sure I butchered that name, but it is a beautiful pattern. I'll have all the information. I've said the names of these yarns so many times. I will have it on the show notes, which are actually located on the blog, which means after I tell you about this, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. But they're located on the blog, woolymastadon.wordpress.com. And I will have all the information there, as I always do. But I used Manos del Uruguay and Mad Tosh Marina Light. I used 3 different colors. I know I talked about this last time, but my shawl is probably about at least 3 to 4 sections shorter than the pattern calls for, because I went up a needle size. So I technically had the yardage you needed for it, but I knew right off the bat going into this I probably wouldn't be able to finish it. So this first section is as written, second section is as written, third section, fourth section, all is written, and then you get to the mega sutures, and that's when I went, oh crap, I'm not going to have near enough yarn. So you'll notice, I don't know if you can see, it's a beautiful section right here. I love how the detailing looks, but this was supposed to be a little bit bigger, and then all of this was supposed to be longer. But that's okay. I like it. I have yet to post finished object photos, and I have yet to figure out how I'm going to wear this other than just like huddled in it, because it's basically a schlanket. But here, everywhere. But yeah, I love it. I can't wait to start wearing this out and about. I was kind of hoarding it, trying to make sure that it would be perfect for this, and now I can start wearing it. When I went to block it, it was chaos, because I'm looking at my kitchen and everything's conjoined because it's a small 1-bedroom apartment, and I had to take up the entire kitchen length. And then into a little bit of we have a hallway, which is a couple square feet, so you can get into the bathroom or the bedroom. But we were basically playing hopscotch so that we wouldn't step on this puppy while it was walking out, and my husband couldn't wait for it to be blocked because we didn't have any floors. And that was tricky too, because it's the middle of, well, not the middle of winter, but it is officially, more than officially winter, so yeah, that was fun. But well worth it. I love this pattern. I don't know that I knit it again, just because I know even if I had more yardage, I'd still probably manage to not be able to knit the whole thing. But I for sure love this, and I am going to be living in it this winter. I am so excited. So that is complete. And what I was saying with backtrack is, I always forget this, but you can find me online. I am most active on Instagram as @VictoriaSchwanke. And I am on Ravelry as lilwestie. I'll have everything linked below, or at least written below, so you can find me. I mentioned my blog, and I am also on Facebook as Victoria Schaffner. But again, I'm most active on Instagram, so find me there. But moving on, after that little segue, this beauty is complete, so I'm going to set him aside and wear him forever. In fact, I'm going to throw him on the chair over here so that I don't get him dirty. All right, next thing. I finished another project. Side note to this year, because the budget is a little tighter, I decided I was going to knit some Christmas gifts, but of course I decided this like 2 weeks ago. So with that, I'm like, well, this year not everybody's going to be getting something handmade. I'm going to have to pick who actually gets something handmade, just because I don't have a lot of time. I do work full time, so and this time of year, because I work in a form of retail, I don't have lots of extra time. But anyway, I decided I was going to. So Melissa, if you're watching and you don't want to be spoiled for your Christmas gift, even though you kind of know what it is, look away for a little while. I'll tell you when you can look back, but look away. So Justin, my husband's mom, Melissa, so my mother-in-law, she asked for a scarf for Christmas because she wants to do a little more walking outside, and it is cold here. It's been an extra cold winter already. It's although today, right as I say that, it's probably warmer today, but normally we don't get this cold this early. And by this cold, I mean teens and 20s Fahrenheit. But it's chilly. It's a little chilly. And she asked for a scarf, and I know she liked blue. And I was trying to figure out what kind of design I wanted to do, and I was looking in pattern books and looking online, and nothing was really just speaking to me, and I decided to just go simple. It's just a long garter stitch scarf with fringe, but what I liked about it is it's just so squishy. I wanted something to be warm. I wanted it to be comfy, because she wants to wrap it around her neck once and have it up against her face to like keep her nose warm. So I wanted it to be squishy, and I wanted it to be able to hold some air, and I just kept thinking about a garter stitch scarf I had made ages ago for myself, and I absolutely loved it. So that's what I did. This is made out of Loops and Threads Impeccable Solids. So is that the Hobby Lobby yarn? I think so. It's an acrylic, so it can just get thrown in the washer and it'll be fine. And I knit it in size US 8 5mm needles. So it's quite squishy, it's quite soft, and it's long enough that you can wrap it around your neck once and have it up against your face or what have you. And I wanted to make sure there was fringe, so I added a little bit of fringe. Nothing super fancy, nothing super technical, but I just like the way it looks. So hopefully she will really enjoy this, and it'll keep her warm for a while. I'm only slightly worried that Patches, their adorable kitten, whom I love, hopefully she doesn't decide the fringe is for breakfast, but if she does, I'll just have to knit another one. So I'm going to put that aside unless that's safe to look again if you're watching. But that is complete. So second finished object and first Christmas gift complete for the season. My last finished object, I didn't even think I'd have to show today, but last night I finally had the energy to finish a few more things. So you're probably sick of seeing this, but some baby knits. So Melanie, again, if you're watching, if you don't want to be spoiled, look away, although you probably already know what I'm making for you because I talk about it. But anyway, one of my best friends, Melanie, is expecting a baby, and soon, Christmas baby. So I wanted to knit her some stuff. I knit her a hippo this summer, or crocheted her a hippo this summer. So that's already with her. She has that at her house when we went to visit. But I had shown you this before, but now everything's kind of complete unless I just keep adding stuff until I need to ship this out soon, so it's there for baby when the baby comes. But the first little thing I knit was a little baby hat. I was debating adding some stuff to it. I don't know that I want to add anything to this. I'm thinking I might just knit a larger hat and send it along with this one, so that there's a couple baby hats in there, just because I just feel like adding stuff like stars and stuff to this might make it a little too busy. But anyway, just a basic baby hat. I don't even really have a pattern for it. I just knit and go. It probably used to have a pattern years ago, but I've been knitting these for years because I used to knit them and donate them to the hospital. Haven't done that in a while. I need to do that again, but I have a little baby hat. And then I knit baby bibs, and I've been showing you a bunch of them. The first one I said I was going to put through the wash and see if I liked how it looked I wanted to see if it would block out a little cleaner, and it did indeed block out a little cleaner, so I think she will end up getting this one anyway. I like how it turned out once it was washed. It's just a little baby bib with ties. Nothing too fancy, but something really easy to put on, easy to take care of, you know. Made out of, I have a lot of cotton on hand because I like to knit dishcloths for people. My family loves hand knit dishcloths, so I make a lot of dishcloths, and I have a lot of cotton on hand. So it's just 100% cotton, 100% washable, bleach it, whatever. And I have 3 of them. I believe this was in progress last we spoke, a little blue turquoise one. They're all the same. It's the I Love Stockinette Baby Bibs, I believe. I Love Stockinette Baby Bib by Laura Treadway. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, so if you're looking for something like that, I totally recommend it. There's some shaping and like an I-cord bind off and things like that, but totally worth it. But I finished the turquoise one. These next two haven't been washed yet, but my gauge was much improved, so I like these. And then last night I finished a black one. So these will be nice, I hope, for baby. I tried to make the ties long enough that hopefully this can last a little longer than for a wee little tiny baby, but I know the bib size isn't super huge, so. But hopefully these will work out. Parents, if you have any suggestions, let me know of really helpful baby knits, because I wanted to knit some things that weren't just super cute that they could wear once and then they'd have to take off, like the hat. I wanted the bibs to be something they could maybe use a couple times. But anyway, that is complete. Those are complete, so I'm going to set those aside. Melanie, it's safe, again, if you're watching. That's all I completed. That's all my finished objects. But I have a lot more stuff to a lot more. I have more stuff to show you this time. So with that, we'll move on to works in progress. Let's go with the one you've seen 6 million times. I'm still working on my husband's socks, except the first sock is much farther. I'm on the cuff, as you can see. It's just a black 1x1 rib, basically what I do for all my socks. But his sock took longer because obviously he's a little bigger feet than me. But totally worth it. I like how it's turning out. I have the stripe in here for the afterthought heel. I just use crochet cotton for that because it's so much easier to pick out. And then I've got my black contrasting yarn. I'm using Patton's Croy and Premier yarns for these socks. And I think he's really excited about these, so I think he's going to really like these. I made a bit of headway. I helped out with a craft fair that I am a board member on our local community arts center board, and every year they host a craft fair called the Poor Artist Sale, or an art fair, Poor Artist Sale. And I normally am sitting behind like the donation table for food and stuff, or for like baked goods for the first part of the day, and so there's a good amount of time for me to just stand there and knit, and it actually draws people to the table of all things, because I don't have to look when I knit these, so people get like super excited. I don't know, but I've started doing that several years, and I get a decent chunk of knitting done on this. That's only the first sock though right now, so did I just get stuff on that? No. But that's the first sock. So that is that. Again, all the information, specifics, since I feel like a broken record, specifics are going to be on my blog. So I will for sure have show notes located there, along with a link to this video, so you can just watch it there if you choose. And it's also on YouTube. But that's my first work in progress. Probably sick of seeing it by now, but it is complete. Well, complete. It's not complete. It's almost a half finished object. Oh. The other project you're probably sick of seeing, which I've put, like 3 stitches on this, and then my fiber professor put like 3 stitches on this since we last spoke, was my 9-inch circular socks. I kind of set these aside because Justin really, really wants his socks, and it would be awesome if I could give them to him for Christmas, even though he knows they're coming. He sees me work on them all the time. But it would be really nice if I could give them to him for Christmas, so I've kind of set these aside. But I really want to pick these back up because because it has been a colder winter already, I've been wearing my hand knit socks pretty much nonstop. And I have I want to have enough socks to wear for 2 weeks straight without having to do wash, which sounds terrible, but I'm actually almost there anyway. So I want to finish these socks, and then I'll have more socks. Oh, this is my cute Knit Picks bag. I love the kittens. Oh, but anyway, these are my I knit vanilla toe-up socks all the time, and then this is like the online, the one where the tag is gone, online sock. It's a German wool, and I like it. I think they'll be very nice for the season. That is my second work in progress. Let's see. Baby bibs aren't on there anymore. I'm still working on my granny square afghan. I actually haven't touched it since we last spoke because I've been working on all these other things. So that's over on the shelf where it lives when I'm not working on it, just because I need to do some cleaning, but there's no space to have this huge afghan just sitting in the middle of the floor. So that'll come out to play probably. I might actually bring that Christmas Eve, and I'll talk about upcoming things in life later, but we'll talk about that later. This next work in progress. I'm so excited, guys. I finally cast on a sweater. I have been holding on to this. Sorry for the crinkle. I've been holding on to this Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted yarn in the blackberry colorway for years. Oh, and I've just been waiting for the perfect sweater to knit this out of, because I have 2 huge bags of this yarn. I made sure I got enough yardage to knit. If I just want to make sure if I wanted to knit a huge oversized sweater with a hood, I could. Of course, I decided not to, but I wanted that to be an option. So I have a ton of yarn. And I decided to cast on the Vistori cardigan by Emily Ringelman. Did I win this in a giveaway on her blog once? I don't know. Yeah, I did, because she said I could pick any pattern that she had designed. And I absolutely love this sweater. And every time, I think I've done this twice now, where on my blog, I'm like, I don't know what sweater to knit. I'm casting it on now. I need to start it. Every time I include that pattern, which I already own. It's in my Ravelry pattern library. And then I'm like, oh, woe is me, I don't know what to pick. I was like, duh, I picked that pattern because I love it. So I cast it on. I cast this on before I decided that I was going to make all of the Christmas gifts. So this has been sitting now for a while. It's hardly exists, but I cast it on. I cast it on this year, which I said I was going to do. So even if it doesn't get any more work done on it this year, I cast it on. But let's see, which size needles I'm using. I think, let's just cheat. I'm using US size 6 needles, so I'm 2 to 3 sizes down from what the pattern calls for. But I'm a very loose knitter, so I wasn't really surprised when I did my gauge swatch. But I'm so excited to have this. I'm really enjoying knitting on it because I have never knit a sweater like this. I've never knit a full, that's not true. I have knit one full sweater, but the construction was very different, and it was before I really knew what I was doing, so I knit it out of acrylic. I like the sweater, and I even modified it so I could actually wear it, but I think it's called $5 in Paris or something. It's on Ravelry. I like it, but this is going to be my grown-up sweater. I knit the split stone, a vest. It's called Split Stone. 2 years ago now, maybe, and I like that, but I need a sweater. I don't need just a vest. I want my sweater, so I cast it on, and I'm so excited. Oh, and I can't wait to knit more sweaters. So that might actually be it for, nope, that's not upcoming. That might be it for works in progress. And oh, let's see here. That's gonna be it for works in progress. So I am going to find the next thing here. All right, so battery decided to give me a low battery warning sign, so we're back. And I was going to talk about upcoming cast-ons. So I'm checking my list because I have so many things I want to start. The first thing that is, I'm probably going to cast on today actually, is a new hat for my dad for Christmas. I am going to knit him an additional hat. It's kind of cheating. This year, the beginning of the year, when my mom had a brief hospital stay, well, brief, a little over a week, earlier in the year before we knew where we stood, I cast on and knit an entire hat for my dad. And this is actually all yarn. This is the first time I ever shopped on knitpicks.com. And actually it was for one of their like Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales where they do that sale week. And my dad actually sat down on the computer with me and picked out yarn with me, which was an experience I'd never thought would happen. So it was really cool. He helped me make the order and picked out yarn with me, and he picked some yarn for hats. So I finally knit him one. Let's see here. I knit him one because he likes his hats tighter. He likes them just to be, you know, a beanie style with a roll up and ribbed. And I have knit him other hats and I had yet to find something he liked. And I finally realized I needed to knit this style hat, and the light bulb went on and I found a pattern and I whipped this up in a couple days, just because I was sitting with my mom every night at the hospital talking to her. And he loved it, and I kept it. I didn't give it to him right away because we were coming into spring and he didn't really need a really warm wool hat at the time. And I was like, well, let me hold on to it because then I can knit you some more and I can just base it off of this hat. And I did, and I forgot about it. Obviously, there were a lot of things going on, so he wasn't too worried about it, and neither was I. But I realized when I was going to knit a whole bunch of things for gifts that I would knit him another hat. And he had picked out several colorways, so the next hat he's going to get is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Tweed Autumn Heather in a worsted. And he picked this one out as well. It's like, if you can see, I think the color is pretty good there. Pretty good, not great, but it's a rusty, autumny, tweedy goodness. But he picked this out himself those years ago, and I'm going to knit him another hat like this. I believe this was Bramble Heather. It was also worsted, but it worked out quite well. The pattern is actually a Knit Picks pattern, but I do my own thing. And it is the Marled Ribbed Hat by Hannah Meyer. This pattern's pretty destroyed because I've had it in a bag for forever. And it actually calls for you to use 2 strands of Knit Picks palette held together. And I was like, well, I'm just going to try it with this yarn and see if it turns out. And it actually did end up working out quite well. I'm knit it on size 3 needles, circular needles. And I knit it extra long. I think I knit, what did I say? I did write it down because I was like, I don't want to forget what I did just in case I lose something. I knit, when it says knit the piece until it measures 8 inches, I knit it for 9.5. This is a free pattern. You can find it on Ravelry. But upcoming cast on, I'm going to cast him on another hat. So that is awesome. So I'm excited for that. And he will be too, because he likes really warm hats. He likes to go ice fishing and things like that, and it's cold. Although he does, if it's too cold outside, he does have a pop-up shanty, and then he has a heater in it, and it's warm in there. You have to ditch your jacket. But yeah, I've got that for him ready. Upcoming cast on, something for my grandma. I want to knit her something. Years ago, I crocheted like those pot scrubbies with that nylon where you basically cut up the scratchy tulle fabric and make it into strips and crochet those scrubbies with it. Oh, I made like, I don't know how many I made of those, 30 of them, and my hands were just destroyed, but she loved them, and she only got 2, like everybody got 2 of them. So I think I really should, I have a ton of that. I made a ton ahead of time. My mom and I that year cut up a bunch and rolled it into balls, and I've got a lot left. So I should just, I'm going to make her a couple of those, I'm thinking about making her a hat, but it all depends on time. But that'll be an upcoming cast on. And then my last upcoming cast on, well, other than more socks, because I was talking about how much I'm enjoying wearing my hand knit socks and I just want more. But my last upcoming cast on is going to be a featherweight cardigan. I have wanted to knit one of these for ages. I never had the yarn for it, and I was just like, I really want to knit one of these. I just need to do it. So this kind of ties into stash enhancements. I was kind of naughty when the Knit Picks sale happened this year. I'm gonna grab down to a huge bag of yarn. Huge bag. I bought a lot of yarn this year on the Knit Picks yarn sale. Part of it was because my birthday is the end of November, and I basically told my husband, I was like, hey, for my birthday, I want yarn. So if you want to help me pay for a huge Knit Picks order, that would be great. You know, hint, hint, wink, wink. And he was like, yeah, just do it. So I set an alarm for the first day of the sale. I set an alarm, and I went hog wild, and I bought a whole bunch of yarn on the Knit Picks yarn sale. Oh, and side note, for my birthday buddy from our church got me this awesome tote, which I've got all my yarn in. And it says, a lady never discusses the size of her yarn stash. And it just cracks me up too, because it's perfect. And there are all those memes going around online, and normally this saying is in front of Professor McGonagall when it's in a picture. So I thought that was great. I was like, this makes me happy. But I'm going to dive in and I'm going to show you what I got. I'll start with the little things first. If you purchased a certain dollar amount, you were eligible to get a free project bag. So I'm working on my PhD projects half done. It's just the same exact style as my kitten bag from them, but I thought this was so cute and it was perfect. So I love these. So I got another one of those, and inside I knew when I was waiting to make a Knit Picks order because I needed some more needles. I do have their interchangeable set, and I started with the base set of the nickel plated needles, and then I've been adding on sizes when they release new colors of their wood needles. I'm terrible. So I have like all kinds of colors of needles from them, and I regret nothing. And I actually do really enjoy these needles. I know a lot of people have problems with them, but I really like them. Maybe because they're the first interchangeable and only interchangeable set I have ever tried. I've never gotten anything else because I just don't have the money to buy it. But I love these, so it doesn't really bother me, so I just keep adding. So I needed another set of US 4s and another set of US 5s. And these are both their Majestic, I believe. The Majestic's the purple one. Oh, I love it. I have a lot of their Caspians. I have a couple of them. They have the rainbows. And then I really wanted to they have Radiant now, but they didn't have their normal ones released yet. So I needed another size 3 fixed circular needle. So I got the Radiant wood just on a fixed circular needle. And this is a 32-inch cord. I like that the best. And yeah, so I got a couple needles, and I have been diligently not touching any of this stuff, so now I can use it and put it into my set, because maybe I'll show you that afterwards, but I have one of the bags for your needles, and it's full, but I'm going to put those in there now. They'll have a home. And onto the yarn. Because I loved knitting the underwing mitts, I felt that I needed to up my Knit Picks palette stash, so I just got a couple of the colors that they had more discounted that I liked. So I got Penny Royal, just single skeins. I don't even know if that's showing up. It's like a shell. It's not white, it's almost more purpley, but it's very, very light. So it's on the completely washed out lavender side, but not really even. I don't know. It's really beautiful. I got Bouquet Heather, which has got purples and a little bit of yellow and orange. It's a really pretty color. I'm excited to use it. It almost pulls brown when everything's mixed together. It does pull brown. And then I got Brown Sugar, which is a beautiful reddish brown color. But yeah, I got 3 of those. And then I got sweater quantities of yarn. 3 of them. So for starters, I got Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in the Eucalyptus Tonal colorway. I got, I think, 5 skeins of this. I don't remember for sure. And it's this beautiful minty green color, and I could just see wearing a featherweight cardigan knit out of this and just living in it forever. But I love it. So I got a sweater quantity of this. Yes. I'm a little too happy about this. Then they had Stroll Fingering, some of their hand paints on sale, and this is their Renaissance hand paint colorway. Renaissance colorway. And I actually got a single skein of this last year for Christmas. I saw it. It just reminded me of art school and paintings, classical paintings that I had studied, and my thesis project, and it just reminded me a lot of things. And I don't know why, these are not my colors, but I loved it. And I saw that it was one of the colors on sale, and I was like, looked at my husband and was like, I don't know, should I get it? Should I get this one? And he's like, well, you keep talking about it, you should just get it. So I did. I got a sweater quantity of the Renaissance hand paint. Sorry for the crinkle, because that was in a bag, but I got a sweater quantity of that. These are all fingerings that I got. And then finally I got another hand paint, Sunny Afternoon, Knit Pick Stroll Fingering in Sunny Afternoon, and it's a beautiful, it's got like a light blue and like a gray and a yellow, and I don't even know, I've been wanting more clothing that has yellow in it. I don't know why. I'm one of those people who I don't really care if the color makes me look washed out or not. I don't pay attention to that. If I like it, I wear it. I don't care. I will look like a neon sign walking down the street because I love neon yellow. It doesn't even matter. Or things like that. So I saw this and I was like, this is unlike anything I have in my yarn stash for starters, let alone my clothing. And I was like, this is going to become a sweater. I have no idea what it's going to become. It might become a featherweight. One of these is going to become a featherweight. I don't know which one yet. But I love it. So that is the extent of my stash acquisitions. I'll leave it over there. But I did get some cones of crochet cotton from my aunt for my birthday. Or was it for my birthday, or was it technically for Thanksgiving? I don't know. But I'm excited to dig into those, but they're way over there and I'm not gonna cut for now. But like some pinks and different colors and stuff, so I'm looking forward to using those, so that'll be fun because I do crochet and knit, so wherever the muse strikes, that's what I do. Let's see here. So that's going to move on to non-knit loves, and let me dig into this bag down here. For starters, you saw the other bag. It was my birthday. I also got this beautiful bag. I don't even know if I'll be able to read it. Procrastinating. To defer all other activities besides knitting. I love this bag. It's from my aunt. But besides like tote bags, because I am a tote bag-aholic, I have so many. Guys, Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald was so good. Without spoiling anything, it was awesome. I loved it. I guess the film critics gave it a bit of a bad rap, but guys, it was great. I mean, I took my husband and my dad came along with us, and I was just like, my husband just said when the movie started, apparently I had like a ridiculous grin on my face. I was so excited. And by the end of it, I was just sitting there going, what? I mean, without spoiling anything, I was going, what? And they were just sitting there staring at me like, it's not real life. And I said, but what? So it was great. I was excited and I loved every second of it. So with that in mind, But when did the last movie come out? 2 years ago? It was kind of a tradition because it was released by around my birthday, so when the first one came out, we went actually on my birthday. And this year, we went on the Tuesday of the week of my birthday because they have $5 movie night. So we went then instead of my birthday evening. But I had crocheted a picket, a little cute baby bow truckle. It's a Twinkie Shan pattern, but I had crocheted him, and he comes to work with me sometimes, like if I'm trying to be extra weird. But I brought him along, and I'm like, he's gonna come see the movie with me. And because my husband knew just how much I love Fantastic Beasts, he drew me a picket. He likes to draw in his free time, and I think it's awesome. And he drew me a picket, and it's so cute. He's probably gonna kill me for putting this on my podcast, but guess what? I love you anyway, hubby. It's great. But I love it. It's so cute. And then, because we can't stop there, I was so excited when I found out they released the screenplay like they did last time, and my husband bought it for me for my birthday. So 2 days later after we saw the movie, I got this. So I can't wait to dig into this. It is written like a screenplay, so you have to be able to read play format and not bother you. Some people hate it. I don't mind it. Once I get into a flow, I can just breeze through this. But for me, it's awesome because I have to wait until the movie comes out on DVD now. So now I can just read this and live it. So I thought that was great. And then, last podcast, I know I talked about this, but now I haven't. Imogen Heap came out with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Parts 1 and 2 in 4 contemporary suites. I have not listened to the entire thing left. I've gotten through Act 1 and Act 2. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it if you like Imogen Heap or if you like Harry Potter. It doesn't matter. I happen to like them both, but it's great. Beyond excited about that. It is so good. On a silly note, we haven't even played it yet. What is it? The Knit and Kitten podcast. I saw this on your shelf, except it was black. And I was like, what is that? And I googled it, and I bought it. Unstable Unicorns. We haven't played it yet, but I'm like so excited about this. It's ridiculous. We've played Exploding Kittens and love it. So I was like, I have to get this. I don't even care. It looks like Exploding Kittens. It looks fun. So I'm so excited to play that. And let's see here. I think that's actually kind of about it. Oh, I was going to share. At the Poor Artist sale, I got a couple things in this necklace. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. This necklace is so pretty. No. Yeah, it's so pretty. I love it. It's by, let's see if I can find it. Sparkle Garden. So go there. Her stuff is awesome. But yeah. Other than that, we're kind of into life lately. We've been going through a lot of my stuff, and I found this. And this is a granny square scarf I crocheted for my mom several years ago, and I thought it was lost. And I found it, and I am very excited because it's going to be, this winter is going to be a little hug around my neck when I'm missing my mom. So, I love it. We're coming to Christmas. I don't know if I will be recording before Christmas or after Christmas. I do plan, even if I don't record until January, to do some goals. I will share some goals with you guys. But until then, we're coming into Christmas. So I've been enjoying, my husband bought the Rudolph DVD because I basically have all the others of those. Like The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. Oh, that's so good. I love that one. Everybody else doesn't, but that's like one of my favorites. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, classic. Any of those movies, I have them and I love them. So we've been kind of watching those because I love it. I know I had written some things down. Oh yeah, my birthday was this last week. Was it already this last week? I don't know. So we had some fun doing little things like that around work and got reconnected with some people and it was fun. I went out to dinner and my dad and husband had schemed and they got me an ice cream cake, so it was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. What else? Christmas is coming. I do think I want to do a Christmas Eve cast on this year. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. I kind of want to cast on socks, but since I've already got 2 socks going, maybe I'll cast on something else. But I just really like the idea of casting something on a Christmas Eve. The only downside to that is my family celebrates Christmas on Christmas Eve. It's been a family tradition. I almost always work that morning. But then on the 24th, we come home and we make snack foods. Like, my family doesn't eat a lot of like the junk food all the time, like egg rolls and chicken nuggets and things you can make in the oven. So we literally just make this huge feast of like terrible food for you and little hors d'oeuvres, and we go to church and then we come back in the evening and we go to the Christmas Eve service because my dad's a pastor, and then we come back because his house is right next to the church. We'll walk back and we'll have our Christmas. And every year my mom would wait to put gifts out until I had gone to church with my dad to practice special music, because normally we do some kind of music together. This year I don't think we will, but she would put everything out and it would just be this magical winter wonderland. And last year she knew it was going to be her last one because she outdid herself. There are going to be a lot of great memories from that, and I'm not going to cry, but there are going to be a lot of great memories from that. I even got a couple of her nutcrackers, the Mouse King nutcrackers, because she collected nutcrackers, and my dad gave me those too, so those are nice. But this year it looks like my husband and I are actually going to be staying the night there, and my grandma's coming, and we're going to do our Christmas Eve traditions as normal. I don't know if I'll cast anything on because, like I said, we'll be opening gifts and stuff, and it normally gets pretty late. And I mean, for me, 11 o'clock midnight is late. So, it normally gets pretty late, but then we have a slow start Christmas morning. So maybe it'll be my Christmas morning cast on. We'll see. But just looking forward to that. I want to bake a bunch of Christmas cookies to kind of just keep doing things that I would have done with my mom, and just, you know, a lot of remembering this year, but it's all going to be a good thing. I helped my dad get all the Christmas decorations out of the attic this weekend, and so now we're just going to start going. I mean, I've had this stuff up, but yeah. Other than that, I'm really rambling. Can you tell I'm excited about Christmas? But I'm rambling, so I think it's probably time to just wrap it up. I think I've gone through everything. Vlogmas. You can probably guess I'm not doing Vlogmas because I don't feel like I'm that interesting because I work all the time. But maybe next year if I can get things rolling a little better, I might do it next year. But for now, to everybody who's doing Vlogmas, it's been awesome to watch. Knit and Kitten, Starhound Emporium, those are the only ones that I've been actually actively keeping up with. But like Jacqueline Salem of the Brooklyn Knit Folk podcast, Kristen of Yarngasm podcast, what else? Suburban Stitcher, Diane, all of those I'm like so excited. Oh, Molly of a Homespun House. I've kind of been trying to I want to keep up with those this year because they're so fun to watch, but we'll see. For now, I'm just kind of trying to keep up with the people that I'm really interested in watching right now, because one of them's local to me and the other one I'm just like, I love your stuff. But anyway, with that, yeah, I'm not gonna do it this year, but maybe I'll get an extra episode in this holiday season as a little bonus. I finished some stuff, or maybe I'll share some traditions with you or something. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a vlog style video up just for fun. But with that, we'll just wrap up here. Thanks for spending this time with me. I think this is going to be a longer episode because I've been really chatty today. Remember, you can find me on Instagram as Victoria Schwanke, Ravelry as lilwestie, Lil Westie, Facebook, Victoria Schaffner, woolymastadon.wordpress.com is my blog. I'm on as Victoria Schaffner on YouTube right now. I might change that to Wooly Mastadon just so it's easier to find. So don't be surprised if that change happens in the next month or two. I might just do it and make it a little easier, but I'm not sure yet. But other than that, thanks for joining me, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Bye!